it's not like they're managing to do all this and also have the operating income growth. So it's not whether investors are willing to accept them foregoing all this free cash flow that they had a couple years ago.
Right, we see Meta shares fluctuating greatly on the back of the earnings, now down by just about 0.5%, actually higher by about 1% right now. Brenda Vangel, I want to get back to you. Let's go straight to Meta here. What'd you like, what'd you not like out of this report?
Yeah. Is phenomenal and great, and that's what we want to see. So as you said, the valuation here is not that high. It's come off a little bit. So I think expectations weren't quite as high as they might have been in other names coming into this quarter. So I think that's why we're seeing the reaction here. But I do think it's just going to be an ongoing story here between the amount of money that's being spent and wanting to understand when we're really going to see more of a return on that investment. And I think it's going to be a little harder to see that with Meta here in the short term.
Yeah, we are seeing Meta shares tick higher by about 2.5% right now. Julia Borson, you've got some more color, I think, on DAUs.
Yeah, DAUs were right in line with estimates, 3.58 billion, right in line with estimates. But I think the reason it's ticked higher is because of the guidance in revenues for the first quarter. So yes, CapEx for the full year in a range of, above expectations, 115 to 135. The company also saying fourth quarter CapEx was 22.1 billion versus an estimate of 21.9 billion. So that was also ahead of estimates. But the company did say it sees first quarter revenues of between 53.5 billion and 56.5 billion. The estimate was 51.4 billion. So the company is guiding to first quarter revenues well ahead of expectations, and that might be a factor behind the stock ticking higher right now.
Yep, up 3% right now. Julia, thanks. Julia Borson, we got to get to IBM. Those numbers are out as well. John Force got those. John.
Hey, Melissa. Yeah, I also spoke with CEO Arvind Krishna, but first, IBM beat on the top and bottom. Revenue $19.69 billion versus $19.19 expected. Revenue growth at IBM still. The company's also raising its free cash flow guide for the year by $1 billion. CEO Arvind Krishna telling me that's essentially doing 2027 numbers in 2026. Software outperformed despite Red Hat continuing to lag. The infrastructure business also delivered a considerable beat here, led by mainframes. And this, Melissa, is where that data sovereignty effect that I mentioned yesterday with F5 comes into effect. Krishna is saying customers are buying mainframes, doing it to bolster their on-premise capabilities. Many of those customers are overseas. Now, IBM's consulting business revenue came in just about in line, maybe a little light here, but Krishna telling me it's turned a corner with AI helping efficiency, and we're seeing the stock up almost 4% right now after the vote.
All right, John, thanks. John Ford. I want to get back to Steve Kovac, who's got some more color off the Microsoft earnings. Steve.
Yeah, Melissa, a lot in here related to that OpenAI stake from Microsoft that they renegotiated last fall. Remaining performance obligations, so this is the revenue based on commitments from their customers, including OpenAI, that has skyrocketed 110% to $625 billion. Now, this is the same kind of RPO that when we talked about Oracle months ago that everyone was getting excited about. Microsoft now saying they're expecting a huge increase in that. Likely OpenAI playing into that. CapEx for the quarter. Now, remember, they did not give us guidance on this. It ended up being $37.5 billion last quarter in capital expenditures. That's up 66% from the previous quarter. We just see Microsoft accelerating their spend on capital expenditures because we keep hearing again and again that they just don't have the infrastructure to meet the demand. Also, another highlight here, Microsoft commercial cloud revenue. They're crediting Copilot behind that growth, revenue up 17% there. So a lot of OpenAI stuff going on in here. Microsoft obviously has to disclose that because of their huge stake in the company, but that RPO number is something people are going to be paying attention to and talking about a lot on the call now.
They paid attention to it also in Oracle's quarter. Then there's some skepticism about the concentration from which the RPO came from. And I'm just wondering, Steve, if we have any color on the drivers behind that 110% increase.
I expect to hear more of that on the call, but you can bet a huge chunk of that, Melissa, is gonna be OpenAI just because of the relationship and that renegotiated deal between those two companies. So you can go ahead and bank on a lot of that being OpenAI, but keep in mind, Melissa, they work with everyone else, including Anthropic and Meta Llama and Grok over at XAI. So there's a lot of the other AI activity going on there that is baked into that RPO as well.
Steve, is there anything that jumps out that would seem to obviously account for the 5% drop that's a reflex reaction here?
There is some interesting stuff on accounting. Again, it's very wonky and related to that recapitalization from OpenAI back in the fall. I'll let the professional people in the back there, our earnings editors, figure all that out. But that is part of it. So just how they are accounting now and the change in accounting methods that they're doing now that that deal has been renegotiated, that's part of it. And there's just a lot of wonkiness in there.
All right, Steve, you go look at the wonkiness. We'll get back to you a little bit later on. Steve, go back. Brenda, as the professional here standing by, what is your take on the Microsoft quarter, and why do you think the stock had an immediate knee-jerk reaction lower?
Well, I think if we look at that CapEx spend being higher even in the quarter, that's it has been of some concern. Although I will say overall, I think there are probably some things that will get ironed out in the earnings call. So we'll hear more details that perhaps will be a positive from an investor sentiment standpoint. But I do also think, as I said earlier, just the expectations are high for a lot of these companies. The bar has become higher than it might have been last year, especially as earnings expectations have just crept up. And there are more questions that have been ever present over the last year or so about the overall CapEx spend and when we're going to start to see more of a meaningful return on that CapEx. But again, I do think in this case, we'll probably hear a lot more details on the conference call and get some of these things ironed out. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the stock flatten out a little bit because overall it seems as though they did have a pretty good quarter.
Yeah, it is worth noting that after a terrible run, Microsoft in the last week is up from 440 to 480 at today's close. Now it's kind of given back half of that gain. So it's not as if it's, making new lows, but it does show you how skittish, I think, Brenda, investors remain around software in general, around the sustainability of these kind of business modes and all the rest.
Absolutely, and I think it's especially relevant when we look at where we might see fundamentals starting to turn for the better in some other areas of the market, especially against a backdrop of GDP growth that could be 5%. So I do think there are other opportunities that have come about, and we've seen that in market broadening. So there's more competition for dollars here. So I think it just means that results really need to be better than expected in order to keep things going along for some of these companies.
Speaking of software, ServiceNow earnings are out. We go back to John Fort with those numbers. John.
Hey, Melissa. Yeah, I spoke with ServiceNow CEO Bill McDermott as well, so I'll have more from him in just a moment. The stock initially popped when the results came out. Now it's lower, but let me tell you, it's beat on the top and bottom lines, also raised guidance. Q4 revenue, $3.57 billion versus $3.53 expected. EPS, 92 cents versus 88. On the guide, ServiceNow saying subscription revenue will be $3.65 billion to $3.66, well above the $3.58 billion consensus. Now, McDermott told me, and he's on the warpath with his numbers, pointing to ServiceNow's pipeline growth of 25% in Q4. That's those remaining performance obligations, 21% in constant currency. He's also pointing to ServiceNow's AI growth with Now Assist annual contract value more than doubling year over year in the quarter. So McDermott is making the argument to me and to investors here with these results that, hey, I know that there's a narrative that AI is eating software. He says, not us, not ServiceNow. He gave me a lot more details that he's going to share on the call as well, but feeling that ServiceNow is caught up in a narrative on software that doesn't belong to it.
Yeah, IBM, meantime, John, it is higher by 7% in the after-hour session. Why the spike here?
Well, it's a couple of things. For a long time, pre-Arvind Krishna, investors were waiting for real revenue growth. There was a lot of financial engineering, earnings stuff, but not revenue growth. This time...
What's up, man? Y'all ain't popped in here yet? You know what it is. Man, what's going on? Y'all like, what's up? Santorio, Hector.
did quite well. That's that part that does benefit from the data sovereignty thing that we talked about. Want to see if there's any negative effect on that from some of the hyperscalers that are more associated with the U.S. If some of the companies and governments in Europe are trying to hedge their bets against
What
that
y'all
US
up to,
exposure,
man?
that's why I
Santorio Hector, Stock Market Savage. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, y'all. Go download the albums out on all music platforms featuring artists from across the United States. You already know. Did y'all miss me yesterday? I didn't go live yesterday. You know, I was here really assessing the market. You know what I mean? And we all, you know, we all trying to figure out what's going on in the market. You dig? Real talk. See who we got in here.
Yeah, I think that's this narrative, and it's been in place for a while now about AI really eating
Hamza.
software, if you will. But I think there's another narrative, and that is this
What's up, Hamza? How am I supposed to pronounce that, bro? Hamza?
companies are going to remain incredibly relevant.
So today I want to talk about really what's going on. You know what I mean? Today I want to talk about some things that we need to understand. And one of the things that I want to talk about is just that, so the market is very, very, very volatile. It's unpredictable right now. And we really, right now, the best thing, in my opinion, that we can do as investors is to really, 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 really drown out the noise at this time. Do as much as we can to drown out the noise. And the Henny don't work on you no more, huh? Man, what you need to get litty? Drown out the noise and focus on the discipline. The discipline being the fundamental and the technical analysis more than ever. Right now, in my opinion, to really get some type of idea of what's going on with your investments and what is really happening, you are going to need to focus on the fundamental, and even more so than the fundamental, the technical analysis. And more so now than ever in this particular time, reading Fibonacci candlestick patterns. These Fibonacci candlestick patterns, right now, believe it or not, learning the different Fibonacci candlestick setups that indicate reversals in trend, that's what you need. Muta. What's good, Muta? How you doing, bruh? How you doing, Muta? How are you? More than ever. So now what we have to practice is we need perseverance. We need perseverance. And for those who don't understand what perseverance is this. Perseverance, persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. His perseverance with the technique illustrates his single-mindedness, and that was an example. So perseverance is persistence. Perseverance is persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. So we don't stop investing because the market is down. We don't stop investing or trading because we've lost money. because we understand that to be successful and to reap the benefits of our reward in investing, that, hey, what a cool clown face. Muta, Miuta, are you a, oh, that's a, hey, are you, I can't tell from your profile because the pic is so small whether you are a male or a female. But that is an ill clown face or whatever it is. Is it a bird or it's just a, hey, ha, but anyway, so to be successful traders, to be successful investors, we have to have perseverance. We have to have the discipline to stay in the market. We have to have the discipline to not be shaken up out of our positions, especially if we understand from the technical analysis and from the fundamental analysis. If we understand from the technical analysis and from the fundamental analysis that, you know what I mean, we in a position to be able to be successful in that trade. Meaning if the Fibonacci candlesticks are indicating an uptrend, but you getting some pullbacks and but you see from everything that the Fibonacci candlesticks, that the technical analysis and that the fundamental analysis are telling you that everything is indicating that that particular investment is trending up. Or whether it's trending down, these Fibonacci candlesticks, which is the essence and the foundation of technical analysis, will tell the story of what's going on. They're going to tell the story. This is a momentum candle. And this is a Nagarabosi. Is it a Nagarabosi, which means that this is about to continue to go up. This is a momentum candle, which means that it's a momentum engulfing candle, a bearish momentum candle. So that lets me know that Palantir is, look, it's on an uptrend. The price is going up. We see that. Like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe. At 1,000 subscribers, we are giving away $1,000. We will have 10 people randomly selected, and we're going to give those 10 people a $100 cash gift. I hope that you will use that $100 cash gift to start your investing journey or to add to a position if you're already in the market. You know, we hope that you will use that cash gift and flip that $100 into 2 and 3. You know what I mean? Hi, Mia. It's nice to meet you in the live, Mia. In the live stream. I hope you subscribed and I hope you follow me on my journey to build this $1 million portfolio. We want $1 million out the stock market, and I'm on a mission, on a mission to build $1 million portfolio. That is my journey. That is my goal. That is my objective. And I hope you guys continue to follow me. I appreciate your support. I appreciate the likes. It'd be cool if you guys start sharing the channel, like and subscribe and share the broadcast and tell people to come on into the broadcast and tap in with us. You know what I mean? I do not give financial advice. Well, I am an investor and a trader who I just, as a new trader, as a new investor, I'm just like basically, I'm chronicling my journey through this channel. It's a reality YouTube channel about the life of a trader, an investor, and a performing artist and record producer and um, record label CEO, music publisher. I own a record label and a music publishing company. I'm a record producer. We have music out on all music platforms up under my professional name, my professionally known as name, which is Santorio Hector. You know, and I appreciate if you guys, if you listen to hip hop music, if you like rap music, hip hop music, I would like you to go take a listen to the projects that I put out on my record label, Illyville Records, out on Apple Music, on Spotify, on Amazon, on Tidal, on Pandora, on all music platforms featuring artists from New York to California. Santorio Hector, Cleveland record producer, cannabis grower, and breeder. And tap in with us and follow me on my journey. I want to build $1 million portfolio out of the stock market. That's the journey that we are on. And I hope that during this journey that many of you will go and join the CNBC Investing Club, tap in with some of the guys that I follow that guide and help me find my way in the market, whether it's the guys from Earn Your Leisure podcast and you know, those guys have a whole brand, you know, InvestFest. Earn Your Leisure University. You could tap in with Wall Street Trapper. I really like to refer people to the CNBC Investing Club. The CNBC Investing Club is
We are continuing to break down all of this afternoon's big earnings plus looking at today's Fed meeting and the moves we're seeing in the currency
the CNBC Investing Club. Melissa Lee and Mike Santoli, two of the best in the game. You know what I mean? The CNBC Investing Club is an investing club that is led by Jim Cramer, who is one of my teachers. One of my teachers. He definitely is one of my teachers. I learned a lot about investing from Mr. Cramer. He is a guru. And the CNBC Investing Club is definitely something that you should look into if you want to, in fact, learn how to be a better investor. Go join the CNBC Investing Club. It'll be one of the best things that you could do, in my opinion. It'd be one of the best things that you could do in your life, in my opinion, is to join that CNBC Investing Club and change your life.
no medical exam.
Check your price today at ethos.com.
Because that's definitely what it's going to do. And it will give you the skills to be able to be a better investor, stock picker, and make great investment decisions.
Like being too conservative or not setting retirement goals.
So don't forget to go to CNBC, which is my favorite go-to channel for market news and investment market news. CNBC.
Call 1-800-759-4477.
And tap in with Jim Cramer and join the CNBC Investing Club. You know, Honey Drip Entertainment, Aristotle. To me, what I do understand is that different people learn different. So there may be situations where some people may be able to learn better and receive better from this person as opposed to that person, or that person as opposed to that person. And so I just share the information as it relates to the individuals that helped me, that continue to help me, that I continue to receive from, that I listen to, and you know, then I make a conscious choice as I decipher through the information to make the best decision as far as for me and how it's going to, affect my portfolio and my financial holdings. It's freezing in Cleveland, Ohio. Yes, it's freezing in Cleveland. And I'm so glad that I'm blessed with this opportunity. Perseverance and endurance is what we really need, you understand, to get to that next level. And so we can't panic. We can't give up. We have to stay strong. We have to endure and we have to persevere. Remember, perseverance is the quality of continuing to try to do something despite difficulties. The quality of continuing to try to do something despite difficulties, setbacks, or discouragements. Meaning you don't give up easily when things get tough, but instead keep working towards a goal with determination and persistence. It's about being resilient and having the strength to push through challenges until you achieve what you want. Not giving up, continuing an effort even when it's hard or you fail. Not giving up, continuing an effort even when it's hard or you fail. Determination, firm purpose to achieve something. The ability to recover from setbacks, making a conscious choice to keep moving forward, not just being stubborn. So I didn't want to hold you long, but I just wanted to let you know that we still here, we still trading, we still doing what we do. Like and subscribe, share the broadcast, tell everybody to come on over to the channel. You know what I'm saying? And tap in with me, Stock Market Savage. You heard me? Tell everybody to go check out the records on all music platforms, produced by your boy, Santorio Hector. Download the records on Apple Music, on Spotify, on Tidal, on Amazon, on Pandora, and go check out the music catalog. And tell everybody to tap in. Go download the albums on Apple, Tidal, Spotify, on Boomplay in Africa, in every country, in every state. You know what I mean? And tap into Santorio Hector, aka Stock Market Savage. You feel me? And learn to invest. Join the CNBC Investing Club. Join one of Wall Street Trappers groups, Trappers Anonymous. Go join Earn Your Leisure University. Follow my channel. I'm making it shake a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If nothing else, I can motivate you, I can encourage you, and we can find our way together. You know what I mean? For all of those that have been in my position, that have been trading full time for less than a year, I've been successful up to this point. I've been trading stock options contracts and investing and trading part-time since July of 2024 is when I really decided to take it serious and pursue this seriously. And I started trading full-time in July of 2025, the beginning of July 2025. And so July of 2026 will make a full year, and let's pray to God that I make it and that I haven't blown up my account. Let's pray to God that I haven't blown up my account, and that at our year anniversary, July the 1st of the week of July the 1st of 2026, that I can have a great report for my first year as a full-time trader and have results to be proud of, as I did in my first year of part-time trading. I've been able to be successful, I think, because I've decided to self-appoint mentors, and that the people that I've chosen to help me find my way in this world of finance and investing are very proficient and expertly skilled in what it is that they do. CNBC is where I go to. It's my go-to channel for financial market news. It is.
Maybe the most important issue is from February of 22, basically 4 years, you see that even though we're having a small bounce, we're basically hovering at 4-year lows. But here's the chart people really need to look at.
So understand, perseverance. Perseverance. Perseverance is the main thing. The ability to endure, the ability to be persistent, to be resilient.
All right, Rick, thanks. Rick Santelli.
In the state of course. Shout out to beautiful Melissa Lee.
And easing concerns about the labor market. The committee did say that inflation remains somewhat elevated. Does today's commentary change
Chief panelist of
rate cuts? With us now is Jefferies Chief Market
Fast Money.
David Zervos. David, always good to see you.
Financial Market Show on CNBC, which airs from 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I appreciate y'all so much. Like and subscribe, share the channel. You know what I mean? Go check out the records. Go check out the albums on all music platforms featuring artists from New York, California, Texas, West Virginia, the other dirty South. I am a record producer. I'm the Cleveland Master P. Our albums feature artists from across the United States. And I feel like that we make music that's worth listening to and that you should go tap in. Santorio Hector, download the albums on all music platforms. You hear me? Aha, my gauge. Thanks, Mia. Follow us on IG. Go follow us on Instagram, Santorio Hector. And follow us on Facebook as well. For those who would like to engage with me outside of my YouTube channel, please feel free to follow me on Facebook and Instagram if you do social media. And please go check out the records on all music platforms. Add us. Add me on your Apple Music. Add me on your Spotify. Add me on your Pandora. Add me on your Google Play. Add us wherever you stream music, on your YouTube Music, YouTube Red, Santorio Hector, Cleveland record producer. And tap in. Stock Market Savage. Perseverance, y'all. One love.